everyone, and welcome to the Perseverance Mindset Podcast. I am your host and founder, John Zadzura. Recently, we did a 4-part episode miniseries featuring Michael Pilch, and we're welcoming him back on today. How are you, Michael? How are you today?
Doing great, John. Thank you for having me back.
Exactly. Well, we did tell our listeners and subscribers that you'd be back and that you weren't going anywhere, and we missed you. Everybody missed you. I missed you. The viewers missed you. Everybody's been asking about you, and you provide
John, I missed our conversations as well.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And we've gotten so much good feedback of people that appreciated your tips and all the helpful hints you did provide, and the other ones from QR codes, the basics of cybersecurity. I even had someone reach out about, getting interested in the field. I have to give you that name, but I had an email about that. So today we wanted to welcome Michael back on, but he just, recently up his way, he got a lot of snow. I unfortunately didn't get that here. We got rain and some strong winds, so I think Mike just dug himself out. Isn't that true, Mike? You guys got a dusting or something up that way?
Yeah, we got, let's say, about 8 or 9, 10 inches more than a dusting.
Wow.
Fortunately, it wasn't too bad for me. Didn't have to drive anywhere, worked remotely. Did have some power and internet issues where it was going up and down. Feel fortunate. I know it impacted some other people a bit more longer.
Yeah, I did get quite a few text messages and text messages from friends and just stuff posting on social media. I've been seeing what folks have been posting, and I've seen down wires up in like Scott Township and like Edwardsville. I've seen like icy roads and slippery, and then I've seen pictures of no road. And that's another interesting part. It'd be like if I had to look at just a white sheet of ice or a white capsule, and that's the road I'm going to drive on. I think I'm calling up that phone and said, I'm not. I'll see. It's been real, but I'll see you on Monday, and I'm hanging up. I don't know if I'm going to drive if it was in my in-office day. But so anyway, Michael, we wanted to bring you back on. We had such a good experience last time. So now with the holidays coming, Thanksgiving next week, a lot of online shopping, and then Christmas in less than 45 days. Yeah, like around like maybe 36 days. So we wanted to talk about, again, having people's information secure, and then also people are traveling, like being secure in like how they connect to the internet or how do they buy their purchases. So what can you give us some good feedback and tips on that? So let's start with the traveling. When people are traveling, train, plane, automobile, how can folks keep their information and connection secure? Let's start with that.
Well, John, this is one of my favorite times of year coming up with Thanksgiving, the winter holidays. Get to see a lot of friends and family who are not in the area. So that's one of my favorite things about this time. And I like eating on Thanksgiving.
I think we all like eating on Thanksgiving, whether it's the turkey leg, the white meat, or the dark meat. And either way you want to slice it and dice it, the apple pie or the pumpkin pie. No bias here. Like, listen, I'm known for ham. I don't know. It is the cheaper alternative today, but ham is mine. And then I'm a sucker for hot apple pie, homemade apple pie, with the scoop of the vanilla ice cream out on the top, like big enough. And it's not a small scoop. It takes like the whole thing. So I think it weeds out into the benefits of the apples that are used. So, but that's another story.
Well, you mentioned traveling. A lot of us are going to be traveling over the holidays, over the next few weeks. Correct. So starting with traveling, keep your devices secure. Don't leave them unattended. Your phone out, iPad, notebook,
and iPad,
if you have them, stuff. Make sure you have a strong password on your device. If it's lost or stolen, they're going to try and log into it. Cyber criminals using the common number codes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all odd or all even numbers. So you want to be alert to your devices, keep them in sight, and if you're using them, make sure no one's looking over your shoulder, called shoulder surfing. Be careful about if you're using anything sensitive. And I do want to mention, beware of public Wi-Fi networks, especially the free open public Wi-Fi networks.
because these free public Wi-Fi, and you see the signs everywhere: free Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi. Now, why should folks be weary of the free Wi-Fi? Because again, the saying is, if it's free, it's for me. But again, we don't pay the cost, but it's somebody's getting charged for it. But why should people be weary of the free internet? Because it is free. So people think, oh, free, free, but you might need to take a moment and think of some of the risks that come into with that free internet. So what are some of those
Well,
risks?
starting out, if you use a open public Wi-Fi, the information is not going to be encrypted. Now, encryption is where you convert plain text, which is easily readable by the human eye, to a ciphertext, which is not readable by the human eye. So,
Okay.
in order to read it, you're going to need a decryption key to read it. So, your data is already more secure by being encrypted. An
Okay.
open public Wi-Fi is a hacker's dream. It's not hard for them to intercept the data in transit and read it.
So
And
so for
not
so so for us, our dream is maybe getting that Christmas bonus, or going to the grocery store and having a discount on our favorite food item. But to these hackers, like that is their dream, like going to these free public connections and just plugging in and seeing to get lucky. Like this is the place where they go, correct?
correct. Another act that a hacker will do is they will make their own free public Wi-Fi named after the business. So if you're in Starbucks, for example, and you see the Starbucks Wi-Fi and you click on it, if you're closer to the hacker's connection, you're going to be going through their
Ah,
connection, and they're able to see everything you do, from the websites you go to, the apps you use, the passwords and usernames that you put in, and they'll be pretty much reading it.
what a good gift to them. And if it was Christmas, I would say what a good Christmas gift to them, because like that's it's horrible, but that's what these hackers do. They're trained professionals, and there are many levels and tiers of this. Now, when you mention like encryption, now I know there's types of encryption, and there's also watermarking, things like that. So it's good to have your information secure in any way possible, even to risk be exposed. So we talked encryption, which I didn't know. Like you can send files, send them as encrypted or with encrypted messages, things like that. Like I know people do that as well, and that's also important. But just having your information secure is just it's crucial to like making
And
sure
the
that either when you're
other thing I would
traveling,
like to, John, if I may, I'd like to expand on that. For anyone
sure,
who's
go ahead.
traveling internationally,
Okay.
different countries have different laws regarding encryption. So a
Ah.
lot of countries do not allow strong encryption. So
Oh.
they're going to use a weaker encryption, which is easier to crack. And a lot of countries do that so that they could spy on their citizens.
Oh.
So
Wow.
anyone who's
Wow.
traveling internationally, keep that in mind. You could do a Google search on the country you're going to, on their encryption laws, see if they're strong, medium, or weak.
Wow, this is the first time I'm actually hearing about that. Be like everybody says, like when you're opening a business or starting a business, location, location, location. But also when you're thinking in terms of cybersecurity and strong passwords and cybersecurity, you're thinking, yeah, location, location, location. Where am I going, and what are they going to be doing when I get there, or what are they potentially opening me up to upon entering that country? That's a great point. That's a really great point. Yeah, I never even thought of it like that. And of course, it's probably from when you said you were traveling or internationally. And yeah, I know so many friends of mine travel internationally all the time. And again, a lot of it for personal. I can't say for like business, but again, I don't know exactly. But that is such a great point. Yeah, be aware of where you're going and what the laws and what the regulations are of where you're going. That's a great point. That's a great point.
And with that, how people could help mitigate that risk, use your own data plan, or get your own like personal internet, like through Verizon or your mobile
I see.
carrier,
Okay.
to use it if you're using your notebook, or um, use a hotspot on your phone with your own data plan.
Okay. So
The
yeah,
other thing
Mm-hmm. But
FBI came out, warned people about don't use public charging stations. You see them
huh,
in hotels, airports, buses. Reason is that is a way where a hacker could deliver malicious software to your device.
just right to it, basically, like just exactly because now one question I have on hearing them of like, say I log in right now and I click I'm near a Dunkin'. Dunkin' has free Wi-Fi, free internet. I log in, it's close to me, but I'm not really logging into Dunkin's free Wi-Fi. Can that hacker get you? You said they can see everything, but for some really sophisticated type of hackers, can they do like a command and control? Could they assume control of that device in some instances, or make the computer act a little funky to get me to do something to give control unexpectedly? Is that something that they can do from just the Wi-Fi access, or no? They need other steps before they can do things like that.
They may get a little bit tricky and bring up one of those federated looking login pages where it says you could use it. You want to proceed with your Facebook, LinkedIn, Gmail, or Office account that may go to a fake website that
Mm-hmm.
looks like it's the legitimate one where you put in your username and password. Boom,
Mm-hmm.
the hacker now has
And
that. And they could use that to maybe download malicious software to your device.
it looks like, but everybody watching, it's not. It's a hacker getting you out there to actually do their bidding. And as we've discussed before, it just takes one instance. It only takes one time for them to get you. That's it. It only takes, they could send 50 emails. They're still sending 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, more than that, multiple times a day. All it takes is one time. And Michael's discussed that in the past, so I'm just reinforcing that. Such a great point. So, with all the holiday traveling, you're saying to avoid free public Wi-Fi. And now let's just get really to the point. It's one of my favorite movies, but also don't go around telling people you're not going to be home for an extended period of time. Don't post it. Don't say, yeah, we're leaving on December 1st, coming back on December 25th, at leaving at 7 a.m., returning at 8 p.m. I mean, people aren't that descriptive, but I've seen the posts. The post that you make has the date. And they're on the
Sean,
plane.
that is a great point. Be careful what you post on social media when you're traveling. You don't want to be announcing to the world and to criminals that you're not at home and that no one is at your house.
And no one's at your house. And I know it was a very old fashioned thing. Be like, well, we can deter that risk. We can just get timer lights. We can just have the lights come on every day. But again, for people that have watched like Home Alone 1 and 2, it's one of my favorite movies. The lights were on a timer, but if it's a person that's scaling the area, that person already knows that their lights always come on. It doesn't matter
Yeah,
whether they're
they're doing
home.
their recon.
They have done their work. Like they're going in and they're scaling the areas, they're targeting where they're going, and there's a reason. There's a reason they're called criminals. They're criminals, and the ones we're talking about, Taylor, they're more cyber criminals. Like they're much more sophisticated. They don't need to break into homes. They can do just as much damage or more, just with a few keystrokes, and that's the scary part. So, but yeah, don't go announcing what you're gonna do on social media and how long you're gonna be gone. Take your trips, do everything your friends and family know, your immediate family, and that's, I wouldn't be announcing it to the world. So with that,
And think
Michael,
about it like this
yeah,
you're going to enjoy a vacation for you,
yes.
you're not doing it for everybody else in town. So
Keep
enjoy it.
Yeah, listen. Everybody's trying to keep up with the Joneses or the Jetsons or whoever want to talk about. Somebody gets a coffee maker, you get an espresso machine. Somebody gets a Kia, you get an Audi. Everybody's trying to do that, but listen, let's tone it down a little bit. Let's tone it down for everyone. I might have some blessings come into my life. Maybe I get a promotion or whatever. I'm not going around blabbing about it. I'm going to work every day doing what I need to do. So, but avoiding the free public Wi-Fi. Be careful of what you post on social media, and also like where you post it again, because you don't know who's watching. And then also a huge, huge, huge topic of conversation is going to be Black Friday being this Friday, with a lot of companies already have starting their sales. Now, what do people need to watch when they're doing this online shopping, Michael? Like, I know there's a lot of fraud out there with fake websites and, again, fake notifications. Like, how people can gear through that? How can they protect themselves?
Well, John, the holidays are a busy time for retailers as well as us. I know I'm always trying to get everything on my Christmas shopping done early. You
Mm-hmm.
have multiple orders. So cyber criminals take advantage of the busyness time of year, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody's looking for deals and discounts. I get it. I do as well.
we're not immune to it. We're not immune.
But some of the things, just be careful what you see on social media, different shopping scams. Verify the information is correct. So be careful what you post and what you may reply to and what you may click on. Um,
Now what?
and
Now you said what there again. There's frauds with many orders, multiple orders. What are some ways that these hackers do take advantage of people if they see like a good deal? Like I'm on Amazon right now or Walmart, and or I think I'm on Walmart or Amazon, and I see something. I go immediately to the checkout. I click the item. I go to checkout. The page flips a little bit. It shakes up, and then I'm entering my information, and I hit it, and it's gone. It's gone. So, like, what can people do to make sure that they're really on those sites that can protect themselves? What are some steps people can do?
well, make sure you're on a site that's got HTTPS on it.
Okay.
S stands for secure. And
Mm-hmm.
watch for brand imitation sites. Um,
Okay.
Common tactics would be sale-walmart.com or Amazon-discounts. So it
Okay.
may look like the site, it may have part of the site's name in it, but they're
Mm-hmm.
going to add to it common ways with a dash or other words such as maybe super sale Amazon.com. And it's not Amazon.
And super sale. Listen, super sale. Can't they get more creative? I guess. Like, but again, they're paying
And they'll
attention to the
have the
fact.
Amazon logos in the back. And the site will look like Amazon, Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, Target, etc. And
And if you've seen some of the imitations, some of them are there. There's only two categories, I'd say. There's really good imitations, and there's really horrible ones.
true.
There's ones that look like they're copied and pasted out of such a small photo. When they go to enlarge it, the pixels are all off. You can tell something's wrong here. And then other ones you get be like makes you think, be like, wait a minute, did I order from Amazon? Like there's only two categories: really good or really bad. So you really need to be safe out there.
And what else? The fake coupon codes or reward cards
Oh, you mean
uh,
that? You mean that
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 you
that that
download,
thousand?
and
You mean that
you're
thousand
actually
percent off? You mean the
downloading
thousand
malware.
percent? You mean the 1,000% off that big screen TV I just went off on Amazon.com is not good.
Yep.
It had like a code. It said scan now, scan now. So I clicked it. I did exactly what it said. Like, why am I not getting 1,000% off?
Yep. And what you're also going to see this time of year, the fake delivery notifications
Oh,
that
those
come
things
to
are
either
so annoying.
email
Don't even.
or text
Yeah.
messages, and they're going to look like they come from the USPS, UPS, FedEx, DHL, etc. About problem with the delivery. Click here to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's a scam. So, and
Really?
what else is quite common are the payment issues or your pay problem processing your payment,
Yeah.
or you were charged for this. So
Yes.
because we're doing a lot of shopping, buying, waiting on deliveries, cyber criminals try and take advantage of it, and they'll send these messages to millions of people, phone numbers, emails. So if you
Horrible.
get one of these and you ordered something, the best thing to do would be don't click on the message, but log in to the retailer's website directly, check the shipping, uh,
Yes.
get the tracking, go to the USPS website, put in the tracking number, If there's a problem with the payment, call your financial institution using the number on the back of your card or going through their website.
Do
But don't
not take
click on the message.
don't click on the message. You do not take these people's word. You hear me, people out there? Don't take these random text messages from a personal number, I might add, or a personal Gmail, and they're Amazon, they're Walmart,
They may make it look like it's coming from Amazon or Walmart, and they'll have this the domain name delivery-Walmart, delivery-Amazon.
It's like they really, again, but you have to look at who they're tailoring it to take advantage of too. Again, the holidays. Again, we love our parents, we love our grandparents, but like everybody, I don't know somebody that isn't on the internet these days. It's tougher to find somebody that isn't. So they know who they're targeting. They know how they're going to do it. And if somebody gets a text message or a call, and some of the calls still happen, like this reminds me of a time when it was during tax season last year, and I got a phone call, a voicemail. Well, first of all, the voicemail was the number was like a 15-digit phone number with a 3 different country code.
Probably from China.
I'm not picking on them. That's where it was. I haven't even told you this, so it wasn't. This wasn't even planned. So that's where it was, and the voicemail went, and I quote, be like, excuse me, sir, and like many times, sir or ma'am. I mean, my name's John, so that means they don't have that much information on me. But sir or ma'am, we have found out that you have not paid your taxes. If you don't call us back at the number or get Apple gift cards, you will be under arrest. AREST. And I heard this voicemail. I was like, a rest. I'm like, I'm resting every day. So I'd be like,
take a rest.
A rest. That's what it was, a rest. So the dash, they didn't even sound it out right. This stuff is hilarious. And I wanted to call back and I wanted to waste their time, but I was at work. I couldn't do anything, right? There's always the pick up the phone and just don't say anything and just go, yeah, and I waste about 15 minutes and then I hang up on them. That's what I do. I make them cue it up. I give them the suspense, but it's just crazy how much of these scams. And I think in the larger context, I think it's because like there's just so much data sharing. Like, so when you go onto these sites and you purchase and you're signing up for these accounts, a lot of people aren't reading the fine print, because when you make the orders and you order from these companies, a lot of your information is around. Like from when you purchase on Amazon or Walmart, that's why you're getting all these flyers and pop-ups and things like that, because your information is out there because of all the online shopping people do. And I don't think people realize that. Like, would you say the same, Mike?
Right. And also on, say, social media, on Facebook, any scammer could start running ads, boost it with their links, trying to appear legitimate, to try and trick people into clicking on them for, say, sales, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and throughout the holiday shopping season.
Well, they probably
they're not vetted by big tech such as Facebook.
Exactly, and to be frank, if they were out of the blue to create like they have Black Friday, they have Cyber Monday. I'm pretty sure they have everything for every day of the week, even after Black Friday. Like, but it wouldn't be out of the question to say like, oh, it's Cyber December 1st or something, and people would be like, oh, it's a new sale, Cyber December 1st. Like, what deals do they have? Let me click on this link, and you just open yourself up to God knows what. You have to be very careful of stuff you click
on. Another thing, just also be careful of the apps you download. Only get apps from your device's trusted store.
It doesn't matter. Also, Mike, is it doesn't matter whether it's like an app that's funky or an app that's made to be like a backdoor. It doesn't matter if you download on your phone or your computer; they can still get you. It doesn't matter what method you download the app on your desktop. You're like, oh, my computer or desktop is 100% safe. Oh, my iPhone, I have all the security. Nothing can happen. Anything can happen. It doesn't matter the device, correct?
Nothing is 100% secure.
Nothing is 100%. So that salesman at the mall I went to would be like, this is 100% secure. Be like, so we have to tell him like, there's nothing that's 100%.
Just like there's no 100% guarantee with an investment.
There's not. Madoff be damned. That's all I could say. Those 50% rates, they're just not working out like they used to. But so we talked about holiday travel. We talked about the common scams. We talked about ways that you can protect yourself. And now maybe we can get into the most important part of the show. So, Michael, what are your plans for the upcoming holiday? I know your son is growing up. I know that you and your wife get to spend some time, but again, it's busy. I know you're involved with the Scouts and involved with work, and you travel sometimes. So, what is the most important question of all? What is the holiday plans?
Planning on a holiday dinner for Thanksgiving at the house, family, with my son, mother-in-law. Going to be seeing some friends and other family throughout the weekend.
Okay.
That's going to be in visiting.
Okay, visiting. How many people? What's the total number? If you had to put a number on it, how many people would you say roughly?
About 6.
About 6. Okay, nice,
Yeah.
nice. I don't want to use this time too because I think it was Christmas maybe last year. Well, again, coming up on Thanksgiving. Christmas is still 30 days away. Don't get anybody get confused out there. Thanksgiving is next week. Christmas is a little bit away yet, but there was an article that I read. It was like 2 years ago. It was in the New York Post. Is that a family basically would invite everyone, and it wasn't like 10 or 15 people. You're talking like 30, 40 people. So what the person that the host did, even though they were all family, is they decided to sell tickets. So because everyone would leave a mess and the people would have to clean up and everybody comes and goes, so they decided to sell tickets. So this way, that's included. So the food you would either bring something, and then or you would do that, and then you would have to clean your plate. So I thought that was pretty funny for somebody that has like maybe a large gathering, 30, 40 people. Be like, yeah, who's going to clean up all this? So the ticket includes the food, the drink, and you'd have to clean your plate.
Clean up.
And then you would leave. So if you're paying for it, you're more likely to do it. But that was something that I did find. I thought some of our listeners and I thought you would enjoy it as well because I haven't heard something like that. But I'd be like,
well, I haven't seen that, but I'm fortunate. I got the family and friends where if it's a large gathering, we just bring something.
You all pitch
and
in,
we
yeah.
do help clean it up. It is a group effort.
Yeah, no, I seen it. No, everybody does, even in my family too. But I had seen that article. I was like, well, I'd be like, if you have a bunch of people that aren't going to, it would make sense. If I'm going to clean it up for the work and everything, because if everybody's just coming and nobody's bringing anything, be like the high price of inflation and food, like it's a lot. It's like if you're going out to eat, basically. But yeah, I seen that article and I decided to have a good laugh with that. But we talked about holiday travel. We got the most important things out there. I know how Mike's spending his holiday. Myself personally, I'm going to be visiting some of my family a little bit farther away from where I am now, and me and my wife are going, and probably do some shopping on during the weekend leading up to Black Friday. But again, securely, we're going to be doing it securely.
Sure, one thing I would like to add: just keep an eye, monitor your bank accounts and your credit cards during this time.
Exactly. Well, what I tell people all the time. Sometimes I get looked at funny, but to me, I don't care if it's a quarter, a nickel, a penny. I have text alerts. Something's happening on my account. I'm getting a text about it. And right from there, I can confirm yes or no. And then it also lets me, the institution I have, it lets me also basically cancel it right there. And then also can basically freeze the method of payment that somebody's trying to do. And instantly I would get a call. Like that's the security of an institution that I like. That's why I've had them for so long. But Michael, I think we covered a lot today. And I know our viewers and subscribers are going to greatly benefit from this information. If you haven't watched our show before, check us out on YouTube, TikTok. We're everywhere. And if you like the content, like and hit that subscribe button below. And I want to thank Michael for joining us again today. Again, it would be his 5th appearance. So basically, we're getting to a professional level here. We'll have to run some numbers. Like this is becoming common. And I already told our listeners out there that Michael's not going anywhere. So he'll be with us for a long time to come.
Thank you, John. And I'd like to wish you and your listeners a happy Thanksgiving and a happy holiday season.
Absolutely. Same to you, Michael.